What's going on, guys? BladeZilla here, and today we're taking a look at this beautiful new release Mechforce. Just put these up on the site literally moments ago, and I guess I should introduce it. This is the Mechforce and Oeser collab, and it's called the Nebo V2. And I've got a couple different versions of it here. They all have LMAX. They're all kind of similar overall in terms of size, execution, and whatnot, but I figured I'd grab the one that I kind of like the most in the full tie. As you guys know, if you've been watching me, following me for the years, you know, I like plain Jane tied almost exclusively, which is kind of sad, but sometimes with a little pizzazz. There are exceptions to that rule, and I actually have a couple of them that I wanted to show today, just because this carbon, or fat carbon, I don't even know what they're calling it, other than it tips over on its own. It looks so freaking good. Mechforce did a great job on this collaboration piece, and I just wanted to have a quick, probably 10-minute video on this today, just to show off a pair of these, talk about the knives, do some measurements, do some weights between the tie and the carbon, and kind of give you some opinions on it, and hopefully give you some, you know, way to look at the knives more so than just looking at pictures. So I guess on that note, we'll start with some measurements on this gorgeous knife. But remember, as always, before we get started, guys, check out BladeZilla.ca, where a lot of the knives featured on this YouTube channel are available in Canada. Just added a skinny strip, just added a fat strip from Shiro, and then these beautiful Mechforce collaboration pieces, some Koenigs. Geez, there's so much on the site right now. It's kind of bursting at the seams. Some CKF, some beautiful new T600s from Riot. Geez, all kinds of stuff. Mechforce, ProTech, Microtech, TRM, all that, BladeZilla.ca. Okay, oh, and Rockstead, beautiful brand. I guess let's not go too into depth on BladeZilla.ca. Let's talk about this, the Mechforce collaboration piece. So overall length, we're coming in right around 7 inches, maybe 7 1/4, depending on where your eyesight kind of brings you to, with a blade length of about 3 inches, so more so on the small medium size, but in hand it's certainly a thick beast. I did want to just quickly get a measurement on this one with it actually closed. Yes, nothing sticks out, and I know I'm asked for that one all the time. It's not as relevant on anything other than really front flippers, but there you go. If you want to take a look at just the handle, you're at about 4 1/4 inches, maybe 4 1/8, depending. In terms of weight on this one, let's grab that, take this on. It feels like it's around 3.5 ounces, but I'm usually wrong, so let's be honest, I'm probably wrong. Zero this out, and we'll get the tie version first. 4.3 ounces, is that right? 4.2, so somewhere between 4.2 and 4.3, and then on the carbon one, should be lighter, 3.4, quite a bit lighter, quite a bit lighter. And as you can see, both sides of it are carbon, not just the one. So there you go. That's a little bit helpful for, I'm sure, somebody who wants to know kind of what they weigh, etc. So originally when this first came out, I thought, and I read this as tie stonewash, I thought it was a plain Jane tie. I guess I skimmed it over pretty quick on paper. But you know what? It surprised me. It actually came with a little hint of bronze. And you know what? It works real nice. They've got that bronze hardware up here with kind of that, like, what's the word I'm looking for on that hardware? Like pin, the tool you'd use, like a pin spanner or something. It looks good. It's kind of got that nice collar around it in copper. The hardware itself, nice and big, real accessible. Flip it around on the other side. Once again, you've got that other collar that's also in the bronze. Looks great. You've kind of got that lock bar as well, accessible from the outside, and then that clip externally attached with what looks to be about a T8 Torx bit. On the inside of this guy, let's take a look. We do have a little bit of micro milling on the inside. I'm kind of surprised at this price point. This is like a $500 knife, Canadian, so what's that, $350-ish? 400, I think they're around 400 US. So, you know, I'd say at the budget end of kind of high end, if that makes sense, this is where knives start getting really good. So you're kind of seeing, you know, some titanium liners, you're seeing kind of some milling, some skeletonization all throughout the knife, which is actually done really well. So certainly a nicely done and executed liner on this guy. The underside of that backspacer, you're still getting that touch of bronze on the stonewash tie. Looks great. You've got the Oeser logo with the cutout. Quite nice. You've got that pinched blade on the tip here. And then remember, I'm in a size extra large glove. I fit the handle just fine, right? It's kind of neon sized overall, maybe a little smaller in terms of the actual ground blade, but about a neon. Quite nice. My thumb falls on the top very nicely. It's a rough, it kind of reminds me of like a McNeese PM series in terms of the roughness on that blade. Super grippy, but in hand it's very quite fat. You know, this is what I was not expecting on the dimensions when you look at this stuff. It's a fairly thick blade in hand. So it's a small blade, but at the same time it certainly packs a good feel in hand. Very nice. The rounded clip doesn't provide any hot spots as well, so it fits your hand quite nicely. If you did want to open it, reverse flick, thumb flick, you certainly can, although the efficiency is certainly in that flipper, which comes out beautifully. And the blade itself, this one's obviously not broken in. It's running on bearings, silky smooth, no real issues. You can obviously speed that up or slow it down, depending on kind of what you're into by tuning it. Let's go to the carbon one. So other than the blue, it just kind of perplexing me a little bit. It doesn't really run with the theme of the other one, just being bronze, having bronze highlights. They've kind of mixed it up a notch and kind of made it unique, right? So the blue works. I don't really have a real big issue with it. And the stonewash clip on the carbon just completes the whole package with those liners. I don't know why I stuttered there, but with those stonewash liners, it really works well on this one. And that blue, geez, wow, that pops out from underneath that backspacer a lot more than I was kind of expecting. Sorry about that, guys. I had a crying baby in the background, so I'm trying to, I feel like I'm kind of rushing this one today, and I don't feel like myself. Normally when I film these videos, I can sit down, and if it's 10 minutes or if it's half an hour, it doesn't really matter. And in this case, I feel like I'm trying to fit this in. So apologize if it feels rushed, but anyway. Action-wise, as I was getting at, feels equally the same. Silky, silky smooth. This one actually feels a little bit smoother. Not sure why. I don't know if they tuned it any differently on the carbon model versus the titanium model. But for reference, maybe it's just broken in a little more or a little less. Doesn't really feel a whole lot different. It's just lighter. There's just lighter action on the blue backspacer version, which I seem to be talking about a lot. You also have, is there a lanyard hole? There is. It's kind of hidden in the back here. So that's a nice little touch as well on both. From the side profile, you don't have any hole through the knife, but in the back, if you want to run a lanyard hole, you certainly can. To me, the titanium model is just calling for like a nice thick bronze or a brass or a copper bead to kind of complement this really, really well, especially on a smaller knife. I certainly like it to add an extension in paracord or leather, and then that way you can add a little bit of length to it, which a little length never hurt. That's what she said. So anyway, a couple things as well. I wanted to look at the ergonomics on that lock bar. Is it raised? It is not raised, but we are beveled on both sides, so it's very accessible. Seems to be beveled, yeah, both sides the same. Beveled all the way around the frame, externally as well, which is a nice touch. And then flipper, behind the flipper tab, I would have liked to see a little bit of a bevel here, just to kind of soften the blow, kind of like what Shiro Goroff does on a lot of theirs, but beggars can't be choosers. They are both on LMAX, which, as you can see on the Mechforce logo, is written right there, LMAX. Looks good, and I just wanted to grab that carbon one more time. Both stonewash blades. I don't think there was a satin finish in this one. There was, what are the other two? An antique linen micarta with LMAX, and then there's a blue rich light or blue canyon rich light, as well as the fourth configuration, which is just those four, which is certainly plenty for a model like this. The question is, do you kind of want the micarta vibe? Do you want the rich light vibe, aka like G10? Or do you want the tie frame stonewash kind of package, or the full carbon? So I suppose pick your poison in terms of what you like the most. I'm going to do a quick comparison of a couple different knives here. I can already feel the child in the background getting a little antsy. So let's get a couple comparisons of some known favorites. There's your large Sebenza 31 S45VN in drop point, nice classic size. In terms of the smaller stuff, we'll grab the Sebenza small as well, which I think is actually pretty fair blade-wise, lengthwise. Although the video is going to make this look pretty comparable just because the angles, because the bottom looks bigger. The Mechforce is a little bit fatter in hand, right? It's a taller handle, so it fills your palm a lot bigger than kind of what those side-to-side dimensions kind of look like. I'll grab the Rosie, the Oeser Roosevelt, super cool knife. This one has kind of hung around for a while. I've got the Les George VECP, I believe. Tiny little gaffer that I found in the case I didn't even know I had, and I pulled it out unknowingly, so there you go. We've got a Trevor Burger Urban front flipper. Classic. Love this knife, by the way. Super cool. Would love to get a Burger Urban XL just to kind of see what the bigger size would kind of feel like in hand. And then what else do we have in kind of this? Let's go with Defiant 7 as well. Nice size. Blue anno with a real heavy stonewash on this one as well, which seems to work quite well. And then finally the Triaxis Midnight, which was supposedly the Aussie Roosevelt killer. I don't know about that, but it's certainly a super, super sick, super cool knife all the way around. You can kind of custom design all the inlays and whatnot on those knives. So super fun, super cool. And then I'll grab a Rask as well, which is a different style knife, but size-wise, it's similar. So there you go. A nice fair comparison of a couple to kind of wrap things up. Well, on that note, I think I'm going to wrap things up. Nothing too crazy today. I just wanted to do a quick video to kind of put up some side profiles of these knives because they look so cool. And I can hear in the background the wife tending to the baby, so I need to kind of get involved there. So appreciate you guys stopping by. Check out BladeZilla.ca. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Throw a thumbs up where you're watching it. Throw a like on the channel. And then, you know, what else did I miss here? TikTok, Threads, all that good stuff. Send me a follow. So that's it, guys. Have yourself a fantastic week. And I've got some heat coming up on the channel, certainly in the near future. So keep an eye out, and more to come as always. All right, guys, have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon. Peace.